What is going on, guys? Joseph here, filming inside my garage with my Lamborghini. I'm just joking. But welcome. I'm going to show you guys how to sound design and edit because you guys didn't have a chance to actually experience that because we didn't have that much time and yeah, pretty much you guys didn't have enough time. So I'm going to show you how to sound design and edit. And right now we're going to start with sound design first. So basically what sound design is, you mainly mix up a bunch of multiple sounds and turn it into one. You don't just use one sound only for one particular shot. For instance, if there's a car driving by, you don't just use one sound. You use multiple sounds to make, just to give it more flavor, I guess you could say. So anyways, I'm going to show you how to do that, and let's start off with an interesting sound right here, and this is the crash sound. Sounds very nice. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to recreate that. Now at the very top here, this is a punch sound. It's kind of like a crackle punch sound. And then the second one right here is someone falling with a bunch of clothes ruffle kind of sounds. And then this is a Winchester 22 shotgun sound. And that's metal banging, just to kind of recreate that car smash because it's metal. And then all together, here I'll just do it one by one. Also, by the way, this is the timeline and these are the tracks, the music, the sound, and the video tracks. There's 4 video tracks right now and around 20 video tracks. Or 22 video tracks. Okay, anyways, let's see how it sounds like this. Okay, punch, punch and ruffle, punch, ruffle, and shotgun, and then punch, ruffle, shotgun, and the metal banging. And then it would sound like this again. And all together with the music, the tire screeching, everything, it would sound like pretty sweet. Okay, I'm going to show you guys another sound and another interesting sound. Okay, right here, this one is very interesting. I use 7 different sounds to create this. Let me hit play. Okay, it sounds like they're repairing. Oh, moved it. I don't want to move that. Okay. So, the first sound, it's a drill. Okay, pretty straightforward. Second sound, hammer hitting a nail in wood, I believe. I don't remember what the sound exactly is because I got it on the internet and I don't remember its name. So okay, these are 2 separate tracks or sounds. I'm sorry, sounds. So the first one is like a key getting dropped on a hard surface, and then the second one, it sounds like pliers or clippers, but yeah, I think they're clippers or scissors probably, I don't know. Okay, let's move to the next sound. That's metal dangling around, probably tools. And then this one's a saw. And then the last one, that's a tool hitting a bicycle, according to the sound's name. Okay, so this is what it would sound like all together. So it sounds pretty cool. And with all the music and every other sound, it would sound like. Okay, pretty sweet. Okay, last sound design I should show you. This one's pretty interesting. Is the turbo boost. Sounds pretty wicked. Okay, I'm going to show you how to make that. The first one's just tire screech because the reason I put that there is you know how when a race starts, like a drag race, people spin their tires before they even like move forward, and it creates all that smoke. Yeah, that's why I put that tire screech. And then we add a jet fighter's afterburner, I guess you should say. And then we also add the car accelerating. And that one is a jet landing, not taking off. This, I reverse the clip. This is what it would sound like originally. And then this is what it sounds like when you reverse. So pretty creative. And then let's go ahead and hear them all together. And then everything with music and other sounds. Sounds pretty awesome. Okay, sound is very important. Everything visually is 90% and or 95%, and sound is 5%. That 5% is very important. Sound can make or break a movie. Okay, now we're gonna go on to editing. Editing is just as important as sound, but not as important. Sounds more important because that's what grabs the audience's attention. So let's start off with this. It looks pretty basic, I know, but I'm going to show you how to use the track layers and everything like that. So I'm going to have to show you. Okay, I'm back here, and Sony Vegas just crashed on me because Sony Vegas is a piece of S blank blank blank. And yeah, it crashed on me, so I rebooted it up, and I'm going to show you the editing process. Let me just get the footage out first. And let's go ahead, add 2 or maybe 3 new video tracks. Okay, let's go ahead, add the checker flag. This is a PNG file, which means the background is transparent, just like that. And let's go ahead first mute that. Okay. Okay. Please don't crash. Alright. Okay, nice. Now, as you can see, the checkerboard is in front of the text, and you don't want that to happen. The reason is because The reason is because this checkerboard track up here is on top of the the text track. It's just you just have to think of it like paper. If you put a piece of paper on top, it won't show the bottom. So let's go ahead and put the text, drag it to the top, and voila, problem solved. And you do this with many other tracks and shots. For instance, if you add muzzle flashes, explosions, you want to put on the front, and then put the background on the back. And then with your green screen, you want to put the backgrounds on the back. And yeah, so you have to use this technique on different types of shots. Now, right here, I used a Hattenschweller, I don't know how to pronounce that. I use this font. I changed the color. Yeah, that's pretty much what I did. So you can edit the text on here, and you can change the color, give it shadows, give it outlines, all that good jazz. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to throw objects. Just like this. As you can see, there's a banana, and Nicole right here is throwing it. I'm going to show you how to do that. This is animating, and with animating you have to keyframe. And what keyframing is basically these are keyframes right here. And you modify these keyframes by positioning and dragging and scaling them in different times, and then the object or the still image starts to move, and that's how you create animation. So first right here, okay, let's go ahead and start from scratch again. So let me just drag this on the top. Okay, so if I imported it in, it would look like this. It would look like that, and I would have to first go ahead right here, change it to 16:9 widescreen aspect ratio, and the reason being is because this is also never mind, forget what I just said, but the reason you have to use 16:9 is because when you move it around, you can see right here it starts disappearing, and you don't want that. You want that space. So we're going to go ahead and select it on widescreen TV aspect ratio. Boom. Now you can move it freely anywhere. Okay. Let's go ahead and scale it down. Oh no, my battery is low. So you just scale it like that, and then you keyframe right here, you go to the next, and then you move it, and then you do the same thing, move it, and then you move it, and then you move it, keep moving it, and then that's how you animate. Also, when you're throwing something and you want it to throw fast, you don't want small increments. So what I'm saying right here is, so you don't want to do that. Go to the next one, and then move a little bit. So just like move inch, centimeter by centimeter. You don't want to do that. You want to start. You want to start like that. Just small ease in. And then you do a huge leap right here, so you can see inches apart from that to that, and then now it's out here, and then the frame is gone, and then the banana is gone. So you ease in and ease out. So small at first, and then huge, and then small at the end again. Ease in, ease out. It'll make it much more. It'll just make it much more realistic. The physics looks much more better, and it would look something like this. As you can see, it actually looks like it's throwing really fast, and it looks like there's a little bit of blur, even though I didn't apply any motion blur. And that is how you do the banana. Now, right here, the explosion. This is used. I got this from Action Essentials 2 from Video Copilot. You're gonna have to buy this if you want it, but there's also free stock image, stock video on the internet. But don't go downloading any random thing. You can get viruses, because that has happened to me before, and I was dumb. Okay, let's start from the beginning with this. Let me just go ahead, delete that, and go back, find an explosion. Okay, right here. Oh, another interruption. I'm very sorry. My computer just died because I didn't have the power brick connected. Oh, I'm very sorry guys, my computer just died because the battery, and I didn't connect the power brick slash charger on the computer, so I apologize for the interruption. Okay, so going back to the explosion, let's drag our footage into the timeline right here. Let's go ahead, delete that. Go ahead, delete that. Let's go ahead, add this track right here. Okay, these two. And as you can see, when you're playing it, there's this black stuff right here. We want to get rid of that. So we go right here onto the compositing mode, click on that, and we're going to go ahead and click add. That is going to get rid of the blacks. And you can go ahead, play with these settings. Subtract would do the opposite. It would get rid of the whites. And then multiply. That blends the shot together. Source alpha is just a regular one. Cut. Screen is also getting rid of the blacks. Overlay. Hard light, etc. So we're just gonna put it on add. Okay. Now we want to line it up exactly when they crash and collide. So right here. And we're gonna move this right there. And we want to fade that in as well, just to give it a smooth entry into the shot. Okay, now this explosion is way too small. We're gonna go ahead and make it much bigger. And you want to start from the beginning, because if you're gonna start from, the anywhere in between the timeline here in the keyframe, it's going to start from small and it will gradually get bigger, and you don't want that. You want it big already. So we're gonna have to see that first. We're gonna have to see the shot first. Enlarge it. Oh, again, same problem. We're gonna have to go ahead do widescreen. Okay, it enlarged for me already, and as you can see, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, right? We don't want that. We want it big just by one. So we're going to go ahead delete the first keyframe, and we are left with that. Let's go ahead drag it to the beginning. Hit play. Explosion right there. Boom. And that is pretty much how I did it. I know the shot looks very cheap, and that was what I was intending to do, but you can always make it better just by compositing and blending, just like what we did with the sound. So just keep multiplying layers together, start mixing it up, start changing the colors, and it will look real. Okay. Let's see. What other stuff could you learn? Ah, right here. Let me just go ahead and delete the top layers. Okay, right there. So how I did that, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. Let me just enlarge the timeline and the tracks. Okay. So how I did that is first it's the regular shot. I froze the frame. I got one image so it doesn't move, and then I enlarged it by stretching it out by grabbing like that, and then I went on this button right here. This is the plugins. I used color corrector. Click add, click OK, and then I made like this high peak like that, and that's how you get it. And then also what I did was color corrector, and right here you can change the colors, and that's how I gave it the green. Low is the very front area, mids is like the middle, and then high is the background. So let's go ahead and change it to blue. You see the front changed to blue. Now let's go ahead middle blue, high blue. And then these are brightness and darkness. Saturation is more color, less color. Gamma, gain, offset. Oh. So just mess around with those settings and you can get this shot. Also I added that, and I also panned in. So same thing, keyframing. So as you can see, it gradually zooms in. We call that panning in film. So what I did was just like last time. Let me go ahead and delete this keyframe right here, if it will let me. Come on. Okay, it's not letting me delete. So from here I went all the way to the very end right here where there's this checkerboard. You can just imagine that as a finish line, and then I grabbed here the corner, and then I zoomed in and I let go, and that's what's gonna happen. As you can see, it zoomed in, and then this would be the original right there. And that is how you do a pan. So I hope you learned something from these guys, and next time we'll try to use these techniques on the next film. So thank you for watching, and goodbye now.